All right. Everybody draw that triangle. Is it a 90-degree triangle? No, absolutely not. Why? Doesn't have a 90-degree symbol. So can we do trig on it right now? No. But fortunately, smarter people than me figured out a way to do trig on these type of triangles. If I draw this line right here, I'm going to call it Q. I just made 290 degrees, didn't I? Now, the number one mistake you people make is you think that line divides AC in two, does it? No, it is not cutting that in half, unless these two sides are the same. They are not the same, so this is not cut in half. Everybody cool? All right, now, what would you name this side right here? Lil A. What would you name this side right here? Lil C. What would you name this side right here? Lil B. Excellent, right? I always forget to do D, E, F so we can have Lil E. I will remember. I think you're being sarcastic. I think you would rather I didn't do that.
I think it's funny.
Oh, good. I plan to. All right. So now I have created two 90-degree triangles upon which I can do trig, yes? Excellent. Now, if I go to angle C right here, I know that Q over A equals sine C. Correct? Everyone agree? And if I go over here, I know that Q over C equals sine A. Right? Excellently done. Now, what do you see is the exact same in both the green ink and the black ink? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've all played that Sesame Street game. One of these things just doesn't belong here. Or you've played that game at Boston Pizza where there's a picture of the Louis the Pizza guy, and there's another picture of Louis the Pizza guy, and they're a little bit different. You have to spot the differences. Okay, now I want you to spot what is the same. Q, yay, we found it. Good job, Scooby-Doos. Q is in both of them, yes? Now, if I multiply both of these by A, I get Q equals sine C times A, correct? Everyone agree? Okay. Now, if I do that in green, I get Q equals sine A times C. Everyone agree? Now, if Q equals this, and Q equals this, what do I know about that and that? They are the same. So, sine C times A equals sine A times C. Right? Now, if I divide this side by C, what happens to these C's? They cancel. If I want to keep it equal, what do I have to do over here? Divide by C. If I divide A here, what happens to these A's? And if I want to keep it equal, what do I have to do over here? Divide by A. And there, ladies and gentlemen, sine C divided by C equals sine A divided by A. Now, if two angles and sides will do that in the triangle, won't the third? Of course it will. So, sine of B divided by B. Now, most of the time nowadays, this is how I learned the sine law, with the sides on the denominator and the angles in the numerator. But for some strange reason, at some point between 1992 and about 2010, everyone decided they were going to put the sides in the numerator and the angles in the denominator. Does it matter? No. Okay? So as I was saying, this is why it works, but all you need to know is that. All right? So let's put this into action. In triangle ABC, let us draw that. A, B, C. Does it matter if this isn't what the triangle really looks like? No, of course not, right? Because we're just using it for illustrative purposes. Angle A is 40. Angle B is 75. And AB is 6. I want to know the length of AC, which is right here, which would be little b. And I want to know BC, which would be little a. How can we do this? Well, we would use the sine law. The sine law says I have to match an angle with its opposite side. Well, does 75 have a number down here? No. Does 40? No. Does this guy have an angle? Yes. Because how many degrees are in a triangle? So, what is this guy? I know, subtraction. It'll kill you. What is it? 65. So now, do I have that elusive pair that allows me to do the sine law? Excellent. Would you like to put the side in the numerator or the angle in the numerator? Okay. So sine of 65 over 6 must equal the sine of what? Sine of 75 over the... And? Sine of 40 over... Exactly. And how do we solve everything? Yes, Raj? Okay. How do we solve everything that is fraction equals fraction? Excellent. So I get 6 sine 75 divided by sine 65 will equal b. Right? And then 6 sine 40 divided by what? Sine 65 will give me what? A. And that's it. Now you can do trig on every triangle regardless of whether it's got a 90 degree or not. Now I'm going to give you an excellent little hint. Sine law will work on 90 degree triangles as well. You don't need SOHCAHTOA if you're going to be doing sine. Everybody cool? Is everybody good? All right, now you're going to try this next one. Oh, triangle DEF. What does that mean? One of the sides is going to be little e. What does solving a triangle mean? Complete it. All sides. All angles. Let's go. Does it matter that that doesn't look right? No, not at all. 35 degrees. Lil E, 12. Lil D, 7. Now, stop for a second. I forgot to do something because I'm a bit of a dummy head in the mornings. When I do this math, I'm going to get a number, aren't I? Can somebody do that for me? You can punch it in exactly the way it looks. You can go 6 sine 75 close brackets divided by sine 65 close brackets. And what is B? 5.95. And then for A, same thing. What's A? Of course, this is not 5.95, it's 6.4, 6.39. So I don't know what you did, Jordy. And this side is 4.26. Now, when you do questions, it has to make sense, yes? Your calculator said 5.95, you write it down. That cannot be right because in all triangles, the biggest angle has to be opposite what? The biggest side. 5.95 was shorter than 6, so that had to be wrong. That's why I double checked. Everybody understand? You can always check if you're right. Okay, yeah, that's right. Everybody cool? All right. So let's come down here. Do I have that elusive pair? What is it? Sine 35 over 7 has to equal what? Sine, I would just use E, over what? 12. So let's solve that. That is 12 sine 35 divided by 7, yes? Now, is that going to give me E or is it going to give me sine E? Sine E. What must I do to find E? Shift sign that answer. And do so. What do you get? Rounded to the nearest degree, please. Let's hear some answers. Just punching 7 buttons, people. Somebody just say an answer. Anybody. Worst thing that can happen is I say that's not right. It's not even for marks. Anybody. Pardon? Error. Interesting. 80. All right. Most of you probably got an error because you punched it into your calculator wrong. If you punch in 12 sine 35 divided by 7, your calculator does BEDMAS, doesn't it? So what will it do first? It will do 12 times sine 35 divided by 7, but it won't do what we want it to do, because what we want is that divided by 7. So you need to put brackets around the top. If your calculator starts a bracket for you, you have to have double brackets there for this to work. Okay? And you get 80. Once you know that this is 80, do you now automatically know what this is? Well, you would if you could do subtraction in your head. What is it? What? 65. Once I know sine F, what can I do? Sine 35 over 7 equals sine 65 over little f. And then I do that work. 7 sine 65 divided by sine 35 equals little f. And what is it? You're going to find, what is it? 11.1. And then we're going to check. Is the biggest angle across from the biggest side? Yeah. Is the littlest angle across from the littlest side? Yeah. Is the middle size angle across from the middle side? Yeah. Way to go. Good job, everyone. I'm proud of you. Turn the page over. There's a bunch of practice work on it. You're not doing it right now. Because if there's a sine law, there's a cosine law. Good news, no tangent law. So, can I do sine law there? No, why not? There's no pairs, is there? There's no way to tell a pair, right? Everyone agree? Yeah? Okay. If I drop that good old Q down there, what do I make? I make a 90-degree triangle, yes? Okay. So, due to the fact we are a little bit short on time, I'm not going to show you how this gets built. All right? I'm cutting to the chase. Everybody cool? But it's built the same way. We cut it in half, and then we do SOHCAHTOA trig, and you can build this. All right? But we are not going to do that. Pretend the blue line erased, because my eraser's not working. Oh, there we go. This is little c, yes? I want to find little c. Here is the formula to do so. Okay? All I do is fill it in. C squared equals, what's a squared? 18 squared. Plus, what's b squared? 8 squared. Minus 2, what's a? 18. What's b? 8. Cosine what? 35. That gets me c squared. What must I do to get c? I must square root this answer. It's difficult to do in one step on your calculator. I, when I was your age and learning this, would find this whole answer and then do square root answer button. Go. And then tell me what you get. You got 9? It is 12.33. I'm sorry, Shidu, I don't know what you did, but that is what it is. Is everybody cool? Everyone's cool? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this 12.3. Everybody all right? Okay. Now, we have to play a game of pretend. Is everybody ready? Pretend you don't know that this is 35. Everybody cool? And I tell you, I want you to find C. Well, you see a capital C right there, right? So I would have to isolate that capital C, wouldn't I? But that capital C is locked into cos, yes? So I would have to isolate cos C. How would I take this and get cos C by itself? What would have to move? Well, at the very end, I'd have to shift cos. You're giving me away. How do I make this so cos C is by itself? Right. I add c squared, but I got to subtract a squared, subtract b squared, and then every kid screws this up. What math is happening there, and there? So how do I get rid of multiply? I divide by negative 2ab. And then, what do I do, Mandosh? I would do shift cos c at the end, yes? So, this, if I wanted to find c, what is c squared? No. C squared. 12.3 squared minus 18 squared minus 8 squared divided by negative 2 times what? 18 times 8. Does order matter there? Does it matter? No. Now, I have operations in the numerator and operations in the denominator. What do I have to remember? Brackets. Brackets. And then I will shift cos and get what for an angle? Now, we know it's going to be around 35, right? But let's pretend. Remember, we were playing pretend. Pretend that you don't. And what do we get? You know it's going to be 35, but what do you actually get? 34.7235, blah, blah, blah. Because you rounded off somewhere else. That's okay. 35 degrees. Is everybody cool? Everybody's good? All right, now pretend that I don't label it ABC. Pretend I label it D, E, F. And I tell you, I want you to find D. Well, who's in charge of this question? You are. D, the law says cos C equals blah, 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 yes? So I just make this C. Which makes this what? Little c. Do A and B even matter? No. Everybody cool? What if I told you I wanted this side, which right now is lil d? I tell you I want to know that. Well, I know that c squared is this, right? So what do I make this? Lil c, which makes this what? Big C. And do A and B matter? No. Doesn't matter how it's labeled. Just like it doesn't matter how you label it for Pythagoras. Right? All right. Now, I have put when to use both of them here. So let's do this first one. Triangle ABC. Doesn't matter what the triangle looks like. No, so we're just going to draw it. A, B, C. AC is 20. Where's AC? The way we've drawn it's on the bottom, 20. Where's BC? It's on the right side, 11. Angle ACB. Where is angle ACB? Top, left, or right? Right, because it's A to C to B. This is 20 degrees. Everybody cool? Okay, I want AB, this side, which is lil c, and I want angle ABC, this angle right here. Everybody cool? What can I do first? Because I'm going to need an angle in here, right? There's a theta. Do I have any pairs? Any pairs? No, so what do I start with? Cosine law, exactly. C squared equals what? 11 squared. 20 squared minus 2 times 11 times 20 times cos times cos 20, cos C. Get me that answer. What does C equal? He waited patiently. 10.37. Nice work, Nika. Now, in actual math class, right, this is a rounded off number, yeah? But we've got the whole thing on our calculator, yes? So we should leave it on our calculator. Because in the real world, we want the most exact answer we can get, yes? But in math class, we're gonna round it off there, yeah? Everybody cool? All right. So now, what does that give us? Gives us a pair. Sine 20 over 10.37 has to equal sine B over what? 20, because 20 is B, right? Little b. What's the math there? 20 sine 20 divided by 10.37 will get me sine B. And then what do I have to do to this to actually get B? Shift sign. Go. How much? 49. That's one answer. Does anybody have anything else? Anybody else? I got 41 too. So B equals 41, yes? Everybody agree? Okay, so I would write 41 right here, wouldn't I? And our calculator told us it was 41, so it must be right, correct? No, absolutely not. We have to check it. If this is 41 and this is 20, this makes 61, yes? Which means this would be 119, yes? Isn't that the biggest side? Or biggest angle? Is it across from the biggest side? No. So even though our calculator told us it was 41, we have to check. Because of course we know that 41 is right there, yes? But isn't there another angle that has that exact same sign? Where does it live? Over there. If this is 41, what's this? (180 minus 41), which is 139. So what is this really? 139. Now it's across from the biggest side. Everybody understand? Yeah? Yeah, yeah? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And of course you could check, because this has to be 21, right? And isn't 10.37 very close to 11? So isn't this very close to an isosceles triangle? So shouldn't the bottom angles be almost the same? Are they almost the same? So we know we did it right now. Everybody cool? We know we did it right, meow. So let's try that again. Uh-oh, Mr. Myers has changed it to P, Q, and R. Draw it. P, Q, R. What do I know? 7. What else? And PQ is 10, right? I want to find angle Q. Now, is angle Q going to be the smallest angle? Yes, it's across from the smallest side. So I want to find angle Q. So what should I call it when I use my cosine law? Big C, which makes this what? Little c. Do the other two matter? No. Cosine of c equals 7 squared minus 8 squared minus 10 squared divided by negative 2 times 10 times 8. And then what must I do at the end? Shift cos. And what do you get? And what do you get? 44 degrees. Everybody cool? Now please notice, it is just formulas, yes? All you're doing, plugging into the formulas. Do you have to memorize them? No. You'll get them on your test. Now listen, please. There is 20 minutes left in class. Do not do 4. There's a typo in it. It is an impossible triangle. Don't do it. I want you to try 3 and then my awesome tower question. I drew that. I didn't really. I copied that. I made the triangles in the fence, though. And I put the birds in. I copied just the tower. I want you to try 3 and 5. Now listen, the next thing. This is flight 344, and it's 50 kilometers away. It is not 34,450 kilometers away. It is not flying in space. Okay? It is flight number 344. I've given this question before and have kids doing trig with 34,450. Even though that is not how we write those numbers with the space there. Yes, Caden. And when I say kids, I mean pre-dip kids. The best and brightest. Now, listen please. Here is what I want you to do. There is some practice there. I have foolishly not provided the answers. Right? Tonight, I will make a video. I'll make it at lunch, actually. And I will do a few of the ones from 282, a few of the ones from page 286, and I will do all of 279. I will do all of 287. And I will do all of 290 through to the end of the book. So there will be a video with all kinds of stuff. You can check it over tonight. Right? What happens tomorrow morning when you walk in? We review. You all know how to find the review links. You all know that you should bring in pointed questions. Right? I do not want to hear even once, can you go over radicals? I am not going over an entire unit tomorrow. Clear? pointed questions. There is not one unit that any of you knows absolutely nothing about. So there is no need for you to say, can you go over factoring? Okay. You might say, can you go over factoring trinomials with a leading coefficient? Yes, certainly. RJ, you are getting a fresh measurement paper with everything on it that you need. Because I know that a great many of you have lost the other one, even though I told you not to. Jordy. Factoring trinomials with a leading coefficient? Sure. It is your review tomorrow morning. Okay. All right? There will be a big video tonight of trig. Watch as much or as little as you see fit. Okay? Go. Mantosh, what? You changed your mind. Okay. You phone people when you get their voicemail. It's not important anymore and you don't leave a message, don't you? I don't phone anybody except my mom because everybody young doesn't phone.